Greetings. In this part of the discussion, we are discussing the promise the Lord made to the Israeli Jews. And we are in chapter 28 of the book of Deuteronomy, and we covered verse 52 in the last video, where the Lord is foretelling the Israelis what will happen to them, how all their cities will fall under siege, and their high fortified walls, solid walls that they think will protect them, will fall down, will be destroyed. And the Israeli Jews will be destroyed. All right, let's go to verse 53, Deuteronomy 28, verse 53. It says, "Because of the suffering your enemy will inflict on you during the siege." So, it's not only a siege, but there is so much suffering involved. This distant land, distant nation far away, coming here to punish the Israeli Jews, putting the cities all the cities through the land, according to verse 52, will be under siege. And then, when the falling of the walls take place and they enter, the suffering begins from the enemies of the Israeli Jews, based on the wish of the Lord and the promise and the threat that he did. He spoke out clear enough, because they did not listen, they did not obey and carefully follow his commands. The verse continue to say, "You will eat the fruit of the womb." Fruit of the womb. Whoa, what is that? What does the womb produce? Little children, little babies. He says that they will suffer so much. They cannot distinguish now between real food and children, their own sons and daughters, fresh from the womb. Fresh from the womb. You will eat the fruit of the womb. This is the fruit of the womb. Little children, babies, newborn. The flesh of the sons and daughters. The flesh of the sons and daughters. So we do not need to guess. He explained what is the fruit of the womb. The sons and the daughters, newborn, fresh coming out. Fruit of the womb. We all understand. This is how miserable their state will become. Because of all what he did, and still they offend him, disobey, do not wish to believe, and worship idols on top. Snare. Rotten. Practice evil, satanic. The flesh of the sons and daughters the Lord your God has given you. So those that the Lord will allow you to have, but you will have them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Bring the pork to the table. Sausage perhaps? Curses. That's what it is. This is what the Lord promised the Israeli Jews. This rotten, stupid nation that was 3,000 years back, even worse today. All right, let's move to verse 54. It says, "Even the most gentle and sensitive man among you will have no compassion on his own brother or the wife he loves or his surviving children." So imagine, Imagine not to find in a whole nation, hundreds of thousands, not to find even one soul decent enough. This is what will happen to them. The suffering they will, they will suffer, they will experience from those enemies coming from a distant land will bring them to this sad state, miserable, evil state. Even the most gentle and sensitive man among you, this is the most sensitive, sane individual, gentle and kind, will have no compassion, nothing left in him, no feelings, like an animal, like a rock, like a robot, like a machine. No compassion in him whatsoever, no humanity left. Miserable. And this is how they are today toward the Palestinians. Again, back to this state, this very state. The most kind among them is rotten, evil, worthless human being. No humanity left in him. Have no compassion on his own brother from his own flesh and blood. No compassion. Or the wife he loves. No compassion, no love. No love. Moreover, perhaps extreme hate in their hearts towards each other, between the brothers, between the man and his wife, and the children, or his surviving children. Or his surviving children. So when you say surviving, it means that we are going through something horrific. Horrific. We have seen death everywhere. Those little children are in such a miserable, sad state that need compassion so much, but they will not find. Not from even the most kind, gentle, compassionate, sensitive man. No man left to give even a good word of be patient, the Lord will provide. Not even that. Such a miserable state, horrific. What they have done to deserve that? How did they provoke the Lord this bad? How can anyone provoke the Lord this bad? Well, the Israeli Jews are professional at that, no doubt. They are the masters in this regard. Just looking at what they are doing to the Palestinians today is more than enough. But the stupid, rotten in the West who support the state of Israel, this terrorist state of Israel, are so evil and rotten in their spirit, they cannot see any of that. All right. Till next time. But more curses from the Lord over the Israeli Jews, and more threats, warnings. And the Lord fulfilled every single promise He made. And we are witnesses, and history on our side as a witness in every act. Take care.